back. Nice to see everybody tonight. I don't need the microphone. I promise you, in the back, you can hear me. You can hear me?
Yes.
I promise you, you'll be able to hear me. I have, Thursday night, I got a cut, pretty deep cut across the top of my nose. If you want to look, you can verify it's healing. It is healing now. It's actually glued together. What the thing is now, it's not stitches, but they glue. So I went to the urgent care. By the way, the urgent care I went to is just the most awesome urgent care you've ever been to. They've got like flat screen TVs in the exam room for you to watch when you wait for the doctor, and like herbal tea, your choice of herbal tea or Gatorade. I guess Gatorade for the sports injuries, I don't know. So, and this glue, it's like crazy glue mixed with echinacea or something. I don't know, but it works. It's okay. So it's going to be. So this is the story of how it is that I'm here tonight with my nose held together with glue. And it starts in 1979 when I was going to UCLA studying philosophy and political science. And, well, I should mention, there are some people who know their talents and they find a home for their creativity fairly easily, fairly naturally, and they kind of stick with that. They know what they do well, and they have some success with it in whatever form the success is that is appropriate that they want. I'm not like that at all. As far as like a home for my talents, my muse is like living a trailer park existence. Just wander from thing to from project to project, from writing to music to okay. So, but there are two things that I will say that I do have natural talent for. There are two things I do well. One is take photographs, and the other is argue with people. So I'm destined to either be a photographer or a lawyer. Now, Janie, you made it, I didn't. I was studying like, for the LSAT, the Law School Aptitude Test. I was studying that. I was going to be such a badass mofo lawyer, the most badass mofo lawyer that ever went to the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to argue a free speech case for civil liberties. Maybe the Supreme Court. That was what I was going to be. You know what? The LSAT test, I studied for that. I studied that thing for so hard. It's not that I didn't pass. It's that I went to the wrong location for the test and missed the test completely. And at the time, the LSAT was given, I think, only once a year, maybe twice a year. So I missed that whole window, man. So I was, here I was. I had my #2 pencil all sharpened and nowhere to write. So I, at the time, though, thought, this is good. I'll wait another year. But in the meantime, I had not been expressing my creativity at all. And what am I going to do? I don't know. So I said, I'm going to get a camera. I'm going to take pictures. Just see. I'll find out what's going to happen. And I'll do it. And I did find out that I'm really a pretty good photographer. I went to the art department at UCLA, and I had it verified. They saw my pictures, and she said, yes, you really have an eye. You have a sense of humor with your pictures. Just go out and do them. Just keep doing them. So I learned my technical stuff, learned all that. Basically, my photography, though, I don't know if you guys know much about the history of photography. My heroes would be like Audrey Cartier-Bresson, Robert Frank. You see the book The Americans by Robert Frank. The title is very misleading. It's not patriotic at all. And Gary Winogrand, his book Public Relations. And it's all very, very fast photography, just seeing the things happening that quick, making the composition, putting it together, and catching it. And a lot of luck, a lot of just shooting, wherever you go, on the streets, parades, riots, anything you can do, anything you can catch. And anything that would look like a newspaper photograph would not count, would not work. That would be too simplified. That would be too focused. Well, just too conceptually single. It has to be complex. And the kind of pictures I try to make, and I hope I do pretty well. So I'm doing this photography, and I'm talking to this fellow, and he mentions that you you like a lot of action in your photographs, that you should go to the punk rock concerts. He described it. He says, these guys are all like this, they're slam dancing and they're busting out at each other. They're getting into fights and they're all spitting at the band. And like, yes, this is what I want. Absolutely. This is what I got. I gotta be there. So I went to the Hong Kong cafes in Chinatown, in downtown Los Angeles. And it's a Chinatown, which is actually the ornate Chinese entrance, like the gate to Peking. And the Hong Kong cafe is upstairs there with the red and orange ornate, what do you call it, architecture. And during the day, it's like a Chinese restaurant where it's like, column A, B, and C, and your fortune cookie. And then at night, it's like a punk rock club. So at night, these guys come in and destroy the place. Tables and chairs just all over the place. And then back to the day, it's like, lunches for the working crowd downtown. So I get to the Hong Kong, and I didn't know the significance. I didn't know the bands. I had no idea what this would be. And it was Fear, the band Fear, which I don't know, you guys, Fear, I love their song I love theirs is like, New York is all right if you like saxophones. So, saxophones. So I get there and I see this wall of bodies just slamming into each other and fighting and struggling and just chaotic and fast. And the music was, fuck you, And I just, whoa, I didn't even think, and I just got it. And I'm just bam, 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 with a flash. These kids, they don't know me, they're tough, they're mean, they're unhappy. And I'm flashing in their face, and I'm right there down on the floor with them. And it worked out. The photographs, I didn't realize that, I didn't know what I had. It was about a week later, I processed the film, it was black and white old film. And I saw, I got some real pictures here. The compositions, the angles, the violence, the faces, the contortions of the face. So I'm loving punk rock photographing. Musically, not so much. I go to the punk concerts and I got all the equipment. I got my camera, my flash, and my earplugs, and my cup protectors. Musically, my thing is jazz. But I mean, the most exciting thing that's going to happen at a jazz festival, visually, is like a big gust of wind maybe knock the beret off the bass. So I'm loving the punk and photographing it. And there's at a punk concert, at least for me at that time, this was the early '80s. There's like this sense of dread. This is just heavy. It wasn't festive at all then, like it is now. It was just oppressive, and they were there to beat each other. And the bands were there to be spit on and to spit back and to like shake the beer and spray it on everybody. And the music would start and when they were like tuning up or warming up, whatever they do. I don't know, punk rockers tune up, actually, I don't know. So it's like that just like clang, that clang. You can hear what's coming. You know that music is going to be so propulsive, so aggressive, that it's going to send these people flying, and it's going to be bad. So people get hurt, And I would have that feeling of dread, of nausea almost, a feeling of like just, this is horrible, and it's dark, and it's hot, and sweaty in there, and it's not a good feeling. But once it starts, and once they're slamming, and once I'm photographing, I just go into a state. And when the flash hits, sometimes I have my eye off the camera because it's peripheral vision, because I have to see who's coming at me from any direction. Protect the camera. They say, always protect the camera. Always in. When they come at you, in. Like this. And they start, they dogpile in. I say, you're a mother, It's just, I think you protect you, But when the flash went off, I could see the shapes and the forms, like the angles of the arms, and I knew I had something, and pow, bam, bam, you know, and one night I get like 5 or 6 keepers, which is like, I go out on a shoot, I get 1 or 2 keepers. If I get anything, a real keeper, I'm happy. So I'm digging it, and for a couple years. But then the scene starts to kind of die. And it's like 83, 84, 85. By 85, the spit's not flying anymore, you know? It's just, it's kind of, it's like, so I kind of fell out of it. And by 88, I stopped photographing. I was taking pictures that I had already seen, had already taken. So I just, I left and I did other things. And now, a couple years ago, I moved to Austin from Los Angeles. And when I moved here, I made the promise to myself that one of the things I was going to do was I'm going to get camera equipment again, go digital. Okay, let's not talk about all that mess. I'm going to make photographs again. So I did it, and I got off, and so for the last couple of months I've been photographing. So this weekend is the Chaos in Tejas Festival, which is like this incredible, you know, punk. This is not even all the bands. Okay, like you have to go online to literally a Google document spreadsheet just to keep up with all the bands at the different venues. And by the way, I like the back here. It's like the food choices. They first list all the vegan restaurants. So that really. So I'm photographing this weekend. Also, after tonight, later, I'm going to go out and go to Emos. I'm going to go to Emos and Deerland, Red 7, catch all these and photograph. And I'm doing it. And I've already seen some results from Thursday, yesterday's good stuff. So Thursday night is the beginning of the festival, Chaos in Tejas at the Mohawk. And I don't know the bands. I'm not going to keep up with it. I don't know what the new ones are. Okay, God bless them all. You know, so here's the front of here's the front of the stage, and I'm at the front because first I'm going to get some band shots, get that out of the way, get the singer and the thing, throwing the microphone down, get all that, then turn around, maybe get off stage, get down, get some body flying, thing, and then come back out around, get the slam dancers, and run across that way. So I'm all set up for it, and I'm shooting. The band comes out. Now here's the thing: in my photographing the punk scene in LA for like 4 or 5 years. Not a scratch. Never. Nothing. I just, okay. And I'm thinking, you know what? That LA punk, that was tough. These new punk rockers, you know, the younger too, they don't know how to slam. This is not going to be it. This is not going to be it. Man, the band took the guitar and just the whole fucking place just crushed in towards the stage, just piled on like a velocity and velocity, and just this velocity, and my head banged up against my own camera, and I thought I broke my nose, man. I thought I broke my nose. I thought it was going to be like Jack Nicholson in Chinatown, with the broken nose. I'm sure the cut nose. Anyway, so I thought it was going to be that bad. I thought, okay, I can feel my nose. But first the camera's okay. Feel my okay, good. I'm all right. And I keep shooting, and then I notice there's blood on the back of my camera. And blood. What is this blood? And I go, what's it? I go, oh my God. And I turn around, and so this other guy, this other punker, he looks at me and says, dude, your nose is bleeding. Whoa, cool. So my first thing is, man, get the camera out of the action, clean up the blood off the camera, then I look at my nose. My nose, I got this deep cut across it. So welcome home, you know? So it's like, have that. Because that's the feeling when I was photographing, the feeling of home being that, to me, I guess a definition of home would be that there's no other place you would rather be. That's where you want to be right now. Now I'm home. And when I was photographing the punks, can the mosh pit be a spiritual experience? I don't think so. But it did feel like home, because there was, I I would walk around the streets of LA, I'd be shooting, I'd be getting great stuff, but I'd go, you know what? Beirut would be a lot better now. Beirut is a civil war, man. Lebanon, that would be the place to be. But when I was photographing the punk, there was no other place to be because LA punk was it. So Thursday night and this weekend, I'm feeling it again. This is exactly where I belong. I need to be just photographing this. This is what I love to photograph. This is what I love to do. And I want to say that Austin, we are blessed to be here. The spirit of creativity in this town and the sense of possibilities here is just really tremendous. And I mean, I just feel at this point, at this time in my life, photographically, anything's possible. I can come up with all kinds of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to find. I'm just looking forward to discovering it. I don't know, possibly, I can even become a lawyer, you know, at this point in my life. Thank you all for being here today.